Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Good to see you today. Happy Sunday to everybody. My name is Sophie. For those of you who may be new here, and if you are, welcome. Thank you so much for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back. And it's good to see you. I am over at my parents' house today. Let me pull this up. I'm over at my parents' house today. It is my mom's birthday, so I'm here for the weekend. So the setup is a little different than normal. I don't have my card video, but I will show every card that I pulled. And I am using my beautiful Couture Tarot deck by Megan Skinner. This is a beautiful deck that she made. So my basic menu of readings can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat, starting with my basic mini reading, which consists of just one question, and it is 5 cards, and that is a donation amount of $7.77 if you use Cashapp, PayPal, or Venmo. If you need to use SuperChat, it's $9.99. And then I also offer my full reading, which consists of 10 cards, and that can be one question or split into 2 5-card readings. And that is a donation amount of $14.14, unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it's $20.20. And then finally, I offer my expanded or in-depth reading, and that consists of 15 cards. That can be just one question, one super in-depth question. Miss Lorraine, hey girl, how are you? Good to see you. How are you doing? Long time no see. I hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, but 15 card reading, that can be just one question or split into 2 questions, one 10-card reading, and one 5-card reading, or split into 3 individual 5-card readings. You look so pretty. Love them. Oh, thank you. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice and warm out where my parents are, so I can actually wear summer clothes and feel the nice heat. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Doing pretty good. Still haven't really figured out what I'm doing with my summer, but hopefully I'll figure that out sooner than later. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, I was thinking about you. Like, I want to say like 2 or 3 days ago. I was like, I have not seen or heard from Lorraine. I hope she is doing well. How are you doing, love? How's your weekend? And it's my mom's birthday today, so that's why I'm here at my parents' house. And I answer a lot of love questions. I highly recommend my OG love reading for that if you do have a question. And actually, this doesn't have to be just for someone who you feel romantic for. If you're questioning how someone is thinking about you, feeling about you, or what their intentions are towards you, I highly recommend my OG love reading. It can be done with a mini reading, a full reading, or an in-depth. And it's at no additional donation amount, and it just answers what their current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, their current intentions, as well as their general energies towards the connection between the two of you, and your general energies towards the connection. And then I also offer soulmate confirmation. My weekend was good, just resting right now in my bed. And yeah, I've been so busy, haven't been able to come and see. Yeah, well, yeah, being busy is good. You busy with work and such? For sure. Thank you so much, love. And you had a good weekend. Good to hear. Sorry, I like read that message like bottom to top instead of top to bottom. Good to hear you're having a good weekend. Just resting, legit. Yeah, no, my weekend's been good too. I went to synagogue on Friday night, and we had Pride night. Okay. And my rabbi's husband was there in drag, and we had such a good time. It's arguably like the most fun night of the year that we have is the Pride night. The temple is already, and it wasn't designed to be a gay temple because it was designed like I want to say 100 years ago. But our stained glass ceiling, stained glass is already rainbow colored, and then they add rainbow lighting fixtures, and it just looks so beautiful, and it was such a wonderful time. And then yesterday I came out to my folks' house out here. Oops, I need to go grab something. I will be right back, everybody. Never mind, I have what I need. Yeah, so I'm just over at my parents' house right now. And it has been nice. And then I'm going up to Calistoga, up to the hot springs on Tuesday. I was supposed to go tomorrow, but I'm going on Tuesday instead for reasons I don't want to go into. And then coming back on Thursday, so that should be nice and relaxing. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, my soulmate confirmation reading, that's another one of those readings that, while it is predominantly done in a romantic context, it doesn't have to be. We have soulmates that come in all different shapes and sizes. They're not just romantic. And thank you so much for your donation, Lorraine. Thank you, love. Did you have 2 questions, or did you want a 10-card reading? Yes, it was for Pride Month. It was so much fun. It was hella fun. Now, why is that weird symbol in front of the... Okay, that's strange. Oh, I know why. Because I need to change things around. Change it all around, Mimi. Just one. You got it, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. That should probably work. There we go. Again! That's so weird. Okay, so I'm typing in your name as I speak my truth, but it keeps on changing it around. I don't know if you're seeing this on your end, but it's changing it around to saying speak my truth. Sorry about that. I was just curious how so I met this guy at my usual mechanic place. He works there. I think his father owns it. Story is we met there and we glanced at each other and made eye contact. Speaking of mechanic places, someone stole my catalytic converter over the weekend, and I had, on Monday morning, I had to go to work, got in my car, and yeah, it sounded like a Harley Davidson, and it like smelled of exhaust. Someone stole my catalytic converter, so but luckily I had insurance for it, but it was just a huge pain. I had to get it fixed and drive a rental car for a couple of days. So what, did you want to ask what his thoughts, feelings, and intentions are? Or he looked at my car and everything was fine, but gave me a compliment by asking me if I was Arabic. He is, and he said, "Oh, because I look like I could be." Did you get his name? And when was this? Okay, and when was the first time you saw? Was this this was the second time you saw him? And when was the first time you saw him? And what is his name, love? I need to know his name. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because I can't show you on my, well, I guess I could show you my phone. If you can see it closely, it has this weird symbol, and then it says "Speak my truth." But it's done this before with some other prompts too. I saw him first time maybe 3 months ago. Okay. I don't know. You don't know his name at all. Okay, just the guy at the mechanic place. And you want to know what he thought of you today. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanic place think of Lorraine when he saw her today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanic think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what did the guy at the mechanics think when he saw Lorraine today? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what were the guy and the mechanics' thoughts Any solid lands way. Mixed messages and spirit guides, what were the guide and mechanics thoughts when you saw the lands way? Mixed messages and spirit guides, what were the guide and mechanics thoughts when you saw the lands way? Mixed messages and spirit guides, what were the guide and mechanics thoughts when you saw the lands way? Mixed messages and spirit guides, what were the guide and mechanics thoughts when you saw the lands way? Did you talk to him at all? He saw me and looked directly at me as I was sitting at the register talking to the actual car mechanic. He was walking behind the guy at the register who was helping me, and he came and sat at the front desk maybe to look at me while helping the next customer. Nothing creepy though. Okay. We have 9 of Swords reversed, 8 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, the Devil reversed, 4 of Pentacles reversed, Page of Swords, 10 of Cups, the Fool reversed, and King of Cups. Wow. Okay, that, yesterday I went live and I don't know if it's me some days or what, but a lot of the readings I did yesterday, a couple of the readings I did were very difficult and to read. I eventually got to the bottom of things, but it would oftentimes take a while to register. This I see very clearly. I think I see very clearly what's going on here. How old would you say this guy is? No, I was guarded and just there for an oil change. We only spoke car related at the front desk for a second. Okay, so here's what I think. I do think he's interested in you, and he totally remembered you. And I think that he, with this 8 of Wands, I think he's maybe a bit younger, but I could be wrong, but it's a family business. Okay, but you said he's Arabic? We have this 8 of Wands and this Page of Swords. This is telling me that he really wanted to talk to you. He really wants to get to know you more. Really wishes that he really wanted to talk to you. Now, so I'm asking myself, well, what was stopping him from talking to you? I know you said that you were guarded because you were just there to get your oil changed, but any guy if he really wants to talk to a girl and if he's got some riz, they'll find, especially if he could have talked shop with you. He could have just talked about car stuff with you, and then just ask how your day was, What I'm seeing here is it's quite possible that if he's not already married, it's quite possible that he's set to be married with someone, and I don't think he wants to be. I think with this King of Pentacles and this 10 of Cups, I know you said he's a lot younger, but there is something to do with family and traditions here that he needs to honor as the male in his family. And it's something it's something that causes him a lot of anxiety. It's not something, and look at the anxiety that could you repeat? Sorry, commercial ads, you said something about guarded and a guy wanting to talk to you. Yeah, that was a little while ago. But yeah, I said, I know you were guarded and you were just getting your oil changed. But at the same time, when a guy has enough riz and he really wants to talk to a girl, he could have just talked shop with you. He could have just asked how your day was. But something was holding him back. And that's what I'm getting at here is what I think is holding him back. I think that he is expected to, and I think that's why he asked if you were Arabic girl, because I think he's expected to be with an Arabic girl. And if I know anything about, not all Arabic culture is the same. It spans tons of different regions and countries, but that is a predominant theme in a lot of Arabic cultures, is honoring this family tradition, him being, a young man. I would wager that he's not married, but I do think there is someone who they're trying to set him up with, and he doesn't want to be with that person. He doesn't want to go forward. He wants to drop this with this. He wants to he wishes he could let go of this life that he didn't choose. Hell, it sounds like he didn't even choose to be working at the mechanic place. I don't know how badly he wants to be working there either. It's like his life, it sounds like his life has largely been chosen for him. His work life, I wouldn't be surprised if his marital life is being largely chosen for him. And I'm seeing that here with this devil reversed and the King of Cups. The devil is a marriage card, but we have it reversed. It's like his heart's not in it. He doesn't want this life. I don't think there might even be a wedding set. I don't know if if he's engaged or what, but I do think there is someone who his parents, if it's not a specific person, I do think it's an Arabic person, like forcing your son to be there. I get there. Yeah, like and maybe he likes working there. Yeah, not getting involved. I totally hear you, and that's where he feels the same way. Like it would be, he can't go against his family. Like he very well could want. Maybe he's not even interested in cars. Maybe he's really interested in I don't know, watches or something. But his parents are just like, no, 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 no. Like you can't work, and you need to work for the family business. Like they really control his life. And with this Three of Cups and the Fool reversed, it's like he really sees, like you're the type of woman who like physically you're like his like ideal type, and he was really hoping you were Arabic. That was specifically why he asked. I can tell you that with this King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups here, but he just can't go against his family. I don't even know if he's tried to. He's maybe tried to go against his family's wishes in the past, and it didn't turn out well. Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is you were not imagining anything, girl. He genuinely thinks you're gorgeous. You're his type. And that was actually a message I got before I even shuffled the cards, was when I had this vision of him seeing you. And he had this he was like taken aback, like that's the woman I want to be with, that like that's what she looks like almost like he's seen you in his dreams, not literally, but like you're like his dream girl, you're his type. Yeah, he said I looked Arabic, so that was him complimenting me. That was him complimenting you, absolutely. He was complimenting you. And that's an easier way of complimenting than just saying, oh, you're beautiful, because then that can come off creepy when guys just say that, but saying, oh, you look Arabic, like you look like you're part of my culture, that is a big compliment. But it was also, he was gaining intel. I said he still wants to he wishes he could get to know you more and know more about who you are. Wait, my accent? Did I just do an accent? I did? What kind of accent did I just do? What did I just say? Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't do an offensive accent, did I? I was just talking like me. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, he was getting intel. Oh, you're beautiful. Yeah, like, like that. Yeah, you're gorgeous, baby. Yeah. Oh my God, girl. Did I tell you that happened to me all the time in New York, just walking down the street? It doesn't happen to me here. But dudes like that would holler at me like, hey, baby, I'm a doctor. Why won't you go out with me? I'm like, it's 2:00 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, my friend, and you are playing craps with your gentleman friends on the street. I don't think you're a doctor. And that's not, that is not my criterion for dating someone, but thank you very much. No, I did not tell him that, but it just made me laugh. I just walked away and was like, oh my God, you're beautiful. You're gorgeous. So yeah, that is like schmarmy, right? Ladies don't like that. It's funny, and it's compliment, it's flattering, but it's not going to work. And they know it, he knows I'm not going to date him. It's just funny. But with this guy, yeah, he was genuinely complimenting, and he was getting intel. He was like, okay, well, if she's Arabic, I'm in. Like, this is a win for me. If she's Arabic, then mom and dad will be happy. So that's telling me that they haven't found someone for him yet. And he hasn't found someone. He gives me asshole vibes too, just like how he acts a bit, at least today. I was just going to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if he acted a little like kind of a jerk today because he's really like, he's upset. He's disappointed. And I'm not making excuses for him. But I do get the sense that he's immature, he's younger. And when you told him that you were in Arabic, his heart sunk. He was just like, damn, like that is so conditional. That was a big thing. Yeah, that's why that was another reason why he asked. Because if you had said yes, he would have gotten your number. I have every reason to believe that he would have just been like, oh, like, you're Arabic too? Like, oh, maybe we should, like, you know, meet each other's families, this, that, and the other. He would have been, like, super, I think, like, straight and to the point. Yeah. So it's definitely, I do think it's a cultural thing, and that kind of stuff, you don't want to get involved in that. I've dated Mormon guys who've rejected me because I'm not Mormon. Like, rejection is God's protection. Serious. And yeah, I mean, I understand, you know, wanting someone to be in the same culture, but having it be an absolute, I mean, at some point you've got to kind of be your own person too, and also like accept other cultures and people. But that's just me. But anyway, yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I think he would have like just like cut to the chase and like gotten your number right then and there. This is 2026. Yeah. People need to get a grip. Yeah. Seriously, people need to I don't know. I don't want to say they need to be less traditional, but like it shouldn't be such a, like, that's an optional box for me if the guy's Jewish. Like, I'm definitely open to dating other cultures and religions. You are so very welcome, Lorraine. Thank you, my love. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Oh yeah, look what I got. I got this at my synagogue. So now I have two rainbow fans, and we love them. And we just received a donation from Jen. She's back. Thank you so much, Jen. Hope you're doing well today. Still obsessing over family. Yeah, it's a whole lot. What you went through, and what you're going through. Is it time for me to walk away from my cousin Ange? She's feeling competitive and weird. Maybe I'll change the days I go to the mechanic. Looks like he's there Sundays. How often do you go to the mechanic, Lorraine? Is your car okay? I usually only get an oil change once a year. The guys at my mechanics were hella nice. They were so helpful. Love your readings. Feel very authentic. Thank you so much, Jen. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I keep it real 100%. If I see something, I say something. If I don't see something, I'll let you know. Yeah, thank you so much for your testimonial, Jen. Okay, so should you walk away from your cousin Ange? What's Ange's sign, Jen? And you're a Sag, right? Ancient messengers and spirit guides. Is it time for Jen to walk away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancient messengers and spirit guides, Is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancestors and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? Ancestors and spirit guides, is it time for Jen to move away from her cousin Ange? All right. Cancer, July 16th, and you're Taurus. Oh, Ange is a Cancer, you're Taurus. Okay. We have the Magician reversed, King of Wands reversed, King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reversed, and Judgment reversed. Interesting. While yesterday they said that you should walk away from both your siblings, they're actually saying, they are fully acknowledging that Ange is not a solid person. Correct me if I'm wrong, but with this Magician reversed and the King of Wands reversed, these are both cards of a manipulative person. An openly manipulative, I don't want to say open, because every manipulative person tries to keep it covert, but you see through it. You see through it. This is interesting though. Spirit is saying that now is not the time. I'm glad that you asked it that way. I'm glad that you asked, not should I just dead ass, should I just walk away from Ange, but is it time for me to walk away from Ange? And they're saying, no, now is not the time. Now is not the time, but it's going to come soon. Or it's going to come eventually. With this Ten of Swords reversed and Judgment reversed, these are both cards of endings. Like Judgment Day, Ten of Swords, like these are endings. But when they're in the reverse form, it's like hold off on burning a bridge at this time. Hold off from walking away at this time. With this King of Pentacles, it may have something to do. Is she part of, I'm assuming, is she a part of your mom's estate? Would she have something to do with you and your mom's estate? Because I feel like this is like protection for you. Like if you were to stop talking, if you were to cut her off now, I feel like there could be some consequences. Spirit does feel like you should eventually walk away. She's not serving you. But I think until everything's been settled with your mom's estate, that's probably when Spirit thinks you should walk. I can't promise that, but I would imagine so with this King of Pentacles. Okay, no, but she talks to my sister. So she does have some sway there. She's not directly a part of it, but indirectly she is. That's where that's good information for me to know. Yeah, that does make sense. If she's talking to your sister and you aren't talking, bingo. Yeah, that's this King of Pentacles right here in the center. That's you. So it's like protecting you and your assets right now. So yeah, Spirit's fully saying like, we get it, girl. She's not good. And your aunt. Okay. Yeah, they're fully acknowledging that she is someone that you should walk away from, but just not at this time. Not until everything's squared up with your mom's estate. Then it's time. Then I would definitely consider it for like in a very serious way. Yeah, judgment day, making a judgment call. Ten of Swords, an ending, cutting something off or someone off. Hi, Debbie. Thank you so much for spreading your love and light. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful weekend. Yeah, so that is what I am seeing there, Jen. She is so manipulative, and it took me a long time to see it. Yeah, and that's what I was saying at the beginning. Is like I almost actually said she's an openly manipulative person. I was like, no, I take that back. Manipulative people are never open about it. They're often very covert about it, and then it takes a long time to see it. But when you truly know someone, as great that you saw it. Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Jen. I mean, it's not, it's not good news, but it's also confirmation. You know, it's like Spirit saying, girl, you're not imagining this, you're not imagining things, like, and you have every right to feel this way, and you have every right to want to do this. But to hold down your mom's estate just a little bit longer. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, love. I appreciate you, and yeah, I appreciate it when people appreciate my honesty, especially because if I were to lie, I would only be misleading people. I can't do that. So even if it's not the best news, it's a confirmation that yeah, it's a confirmation. Thank you again, love. So the donation queue is once again open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. What did I miss out on earlier? Oh yeah, so we talked about my soulmate confirmation readings. Yeah, my soulmate confirmation readings, they do not have to just be for romantic connections. Soulmates come in many different sizes and shapes and forms, and we have many soulmates, and especially depending on how old of a soul we are. But my soulmate confirmation reading, it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty direct. It can be asked in one of two different ways. The first way we can ask it is we directly ask your angels, messengers, and ancestral guides if the person in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours. If the answer is yes, they'll explain why and in what context. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. Good news, I'm getting a counselor to deal with family. Great, but I'll definitely be back. Hope this sounds funny, the intent. Have a great night. Yeah, no, that's wonderful. No, that's wonderful that you're getting a counselor to deal with your family. Absolutely. And hopefully, yeah, with dealing with the estate as well. And yeah, the issues with you and your siblings. That's wonderful, and I really hope that they can get through to your siblings and be a good mediator there for sure. Yeah, you have a wonderful rest of your night, love. Thank you. Yeah, so the soulmate reading, the first way we can ask it is just directly ask if your person is indeed a soulmate of yours. And that is a 10-card reading. It's a donation amount of $16.16 unless you need to use SuperChat, which is $23.23. But then alternatively, we can also ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards the connection. And if the answer is yes, that is a big fat yes towards romantic soulmate status. Absolutely. And it is, I've seen it before. I've definitely seen spirit give their blessing, their divinely ordained blessing towards connections, but it happens less frequently than often. I of course, I'll be honest. So when you do see it, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. And then I also offer past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. And then I discovered a way of channeling past lives through my tarot cards about 2 years into my professional practice here. So about 3 years ago. And we can ask with any intent. It doesn't just have to be, I mean, that is a great intent, asking your spirit guides to illustrate a past life of yours that can help you navigate the challenges of your current life most effectively. But we can ask with any intent. We can ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that explains an irrational fear of yours, repeating dreams, recurring dreams, or nightmares for that matter. If you are aware of a current soulmate in your life, seeing if you have had a past life with that soulmate. There's really no limitation to the intention we can ask when we ask Spirit to illustrate a past life of yours. And those consist of 10 cards, and those are a donation amount of $19.19 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $27.27. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who are no longer with us on this earthly realm. I'm not able to do mediumships today. I forgot to bring my materials that I need to get into contact with spirit in the mediumship realm. So those are out of order today. But but if you are interested in getting one in the future, please let me know. I do need to know what your loved one's name is, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can send me a photograph of them, and it's not mandatory, but it does help me get in touch with spirit, just so I can ensure that I can get into contact with them. 95% of the time I can, but there is a small subset of the time that I can't. Either they've reincarnated or they haven't moved on to that level, heavenly plane. Whatever the case may be, I don't aim to disappoint, so I always like to check before you guys send your donation. Just let me know if you are interested in that in the future. I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. The first one that I offer is by appointment only. You can schedule that with me via email or over DMs over Instagram. If you are not following me over on Instagram, y'all all should. Those are done over Zoom. They are not broadcast over live stream, so you get that level of privacy that a live stream can't offer. You can also, it's one-on-one, it's just me and you. You see, it's like my other setup. If you guys are familiar with that, you see me, you see the cards, you hear me. I can hear you, I can see you if you want me to see you, but it's just one-on-one. You can give me all the context and backstory you need. There's no limit to the number of questions you can answer, so long as it's within the allotted time. And it's on your time, within your schedule. So also adds that level of convenience as well. And then I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. I offer those over voice memos, over DMs, over Instagram, or typed via email, whichever you so prefer. All you need to do is send me your donation with your question, and I can answer your question for you within 1 to 3 hours, 24 hours tops turnaround, but I can usually do it in 1 to 3 hours. I always have a deck of cards on me even when I'm traveling, of which I will be from Tuesday to Thursday. I'll be out of town, so you won't be seeing me online. So if you have a question that you need me to answer for you, I can always answer that. You just send me your donation with your question, and I can answer it over DMs, over Instagram, or typed, over email. So with that being said, again, the donation queue is open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so much. And we just received a donation from Miss Wendy. Excuse me. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your donation, love. Happy Sunday to you too, girl. How are you doing? Just went grocery shopping and going to do the cord cutting ritual tonight. Okay, we're doing another cord cutting ritual. I'm doing well. I'm over at my parents' house, as you can see. It's my mom's birthday today. She very unproudly shares a birthday with Donald Jessica Trump. But it's a great day to have a birthday, June 14th. It's also my grandpa's birthday. My mom was born on the same day as her own father. So yeah, I am here enjoying the sun. It is so nice out here where my parents live. The weather is it's like 90 degrees and sunny. You know, I still wear a fur coat every day. It's so cold in the city. Did you guys go out? No, we're not going out. We're just eating at home tonight. Making my mom's favorite din and watch a movie. Yeah, just chill. They're getting ready for my brother's wedding, so just keeping things chill and calm for the birthday. But yeah, no, it is still so cold in the city. Serious, girl. I'm still wearing my fur coats. Like, it is ridiculous. Like, I have like 3 in the back of my car. I go from 60 degrees and windy. My hair is always flying all over the place in my part of San Francisco. It's just like this fog bank that's always there and this wind tunnel. I need to move to another neighborhood ASAP. Then I drive out here and it's like violently hot, but I love it when it's super hot like this. Hella nice. I love it. That would draw me. That does actually draw me to want to possibly think about giving Southern California a try. There's something I've been wondering about. My question is, has Samuel cheated in his previous relationships? Okay. Oh, I was thirsty. Okay. That's a good ass question, girl. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Has Samuel cheated in his previous romantic relationships? I've been feeling like I've dodged a bullet, but I had always wondered about him as a BF. Yeah. Can you read this? 7 of Swords. The Moon reversed. 3 of Swords reversed. 3 of Wands. 3, Queen of Cups. Girl. Yeah. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, which cards would we see here? The first one that came to my mind was the Devil reversed for some reason. Then, of course, the 3 of Cups reversed. And then, of course, 7 of Swords, first card, bing, bam, boom. Yeah, he's very covert. He's very sneaky. And this is also telling me that I believe that the exes of his that he cheated on still have no idea to this day. We have this 3 of Swords reversed and this 3 of Wands. It's like having his cake and eating it too. And I don't think he ever really had to deal with repercussions. Because, again, I don't think these girls ever found out that he cheated on them. He would just start acting weird towards them and distant. Yeah, Queen of Cups. These girls had no idea. My least fave card is 7 of Swords. Yep. Lies, cheating, manipulation, deceit, betrayal. Yeah. It's bad. It's shady. And right next to the Moon reversed, can you get any shadier than the Moon reversed? That's the shadiest of them all. So that no wonder your brain was positing that question, because it seems like a question like, why even think about it, or like, why am I still focusing on this, or why is my brain going in that direction? I think your brain wanted to, or I think Spirit wanted to show you, like, you dodged a bullet. You really truly did. And especially if you guys had to deal with long distance, I feel like he has a fragile ego and he would do it totally, totally. Yeah. And especially if there was like kind of a bossier girl that was just like, and I had every reason to believe that the women he cheated with did know that he was taken and didn't care. They were just those reckless, bossy women that he kind of like needs because he's such a, I'm not going to call him any names, but yeah, doesn't have much cojones on him. I could see him, having very low willpower and going through with it to feed his little baby ego. I bet he has you know what I was going to say, but I bet he does. I've heard that's a thing with English guys, that they're known to have small hearts. He needs his ego stroked because his life is a mess. Yeah. His life is, his life is a mess. He's a mess. I mean, it's all over the place. The guy's just like an emotional midget. I don't know. I do know. That's how I feel. I don't even know the guy, but yeah, first card, 7 of Swords, bingo. He has. Yeah. You're so welcome, Wendy. Wow, all the readings that I've given today have been like just from the second that I lay the cards down, I'm like, wow, I see the answer. Like yesterday, it took like some like, unraveling. Things are like, bam, like super clear. Yeah. Feel badly for those girls. And as I feel badly for the way he treated you, but I also am grateful that I think it was God's divine providence that you guys didn't end up being together. I think that's why he had so many issues, because I kept on putting up walls when I felt like he was being weird and no accountability. Yeah. I think he's not boyfriend material. He's not partner material at all. Yeah, there's no accountability, and yeah, he's just a mess. He's a mess. His life's a mess. He's a mess. So it sounds sad, but looking at the big picture, you reap what you sow. Karma is real, and look at where he's at now with his health and everything. Not to say that people's health, that karma reaps in medical ways. I cannot say that. But I do think that he just surrounds himself with a dark energy, and I do think that can affect you, mind, body, spirit, just completely holistically. The moon reverse. He's the darkness, shadiness. He's dark energy. He's not an evil person, but is he a good man? I don't think a man that does that recklessly to feed his ego is good. I'm glad to get this final answer before my cord thing's not. Yes, I think this is a very, very symbolic question to have answered this evening before your cord thing ritual. Yeah, I think it's like every more reason to cut the cord, every more reason to just forget that he ever existed, Yeah, he did it to himself. Absolutely. What a loser. I'll be honest, it surprised me a little bit. Not, like, it wasn't what I expected, but just because I don't see him as the kind of guy who ladies would, like, even try to cheat with him, but it also doesn't surprise me at all, as you mentioned, because, yeah, he's so easily swayed and has no backbone and constantly needs his ego fed and stroked. No, you dodged a bullet there, my lady. Well, thank you so much for your donation. I'm glad I could bring you that clarity. Really glad that I could bring you that clarity. My goodness. And good luck with your cord cutting ritual tonight. I don't know if you looked at the prompt that I have posted on my community tab. It's kind of like a prayer, an incantation, less of a ritual, but I would try that as in addition to your ritual. I don't think it could hurt. But check it out and see if it resonates with you. But I think I always felt something was off because he has a weak ego with the need to control things. Yeah. What's his sign again? Virgo? So I was like, cheating sounds like something he'd do. Yeah. It falls within that territory there. Ugh, so gross. Such a turn off. Anyway. He's a Sag. How was I forgetting about that? Okay, yeah. The Knight of Wands, the guy with his wee-wee in his hands. He doesn't strike me so much as a Sag, but yeah, I guess the more we learn about him, he could be a rapscallion there. I mean, every sign can be a rapscallion, but yeah, he seems kind of timid for a Sag. But yeah, the whole control, weak ego thing. You too, love, you too. And again, good luck with your additional ritual. Let me know how it goes, and yeah, feel free to check out that post I have on my community tab. It should be pretty far down. I posted it probably 3 years ago, but it'll be there on the community tab. Yeah, so the donation queue is once again open. So whoever makes a donation next will be read for next. Thank you. Hi, Yahoo. Sorry, I don't do free questions, but all my donation information can be found pinned at the bottom of the chat. Thank you. Hello, Wendy. Thank you so much for your donation. No, don't. You're fine. You're all good. No oopsies. Um, did you want this to be a 10-card question, or did you have 2 questions? I'm debating between going to Tokyo or London and Paris for my Thanksgiving trip. Can you do a throwdown? Yeah, and did you want this to be a 10-card throwdown? We'll do 5 for each. We'll just do 5 on top, 5 at the bottom. Okay, yeah, we'll do the top row will be for, or should we ask it in two questions? No, we can do it in one. Okay. The top row will be Tokyo, the bottom row will be London and Paris. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guide, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides, should Wendy go to Tokyo or London and Paris for Thanksgiving? Okay. So starting with Tokyo, we have the Fool reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Page of Wands reversed, Six of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups reversed. And we just received a donation from Matt. Thank you so much, Matt. Let me go ahead and add you here real quick. And then this is for London and Paris. We have Knight of Wands reversed, the Devil reversed, Four of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and Seven of Wands. So starting with the very first card with Tokyo, the Fool reverse, the Fool is literally taking a journey. Now, I did a throwdown once when I was debating on going between either going to Amsterdam or London one summer, and I did a reading. I did 5 cards for London, 5 cards for Amsterdam, and I remember the 5 cards, one of the 5 cards I got for London was the Fool reversed. So I was like, whoa, okay, I don't know. I couldn't quite, it said that it was going to be way more expensive, and just wouldn't have been as favorable. But yeah, the Fool is literally stepping forth on a journey, and it's literally saying that it would not be the right direction to go. This Knight of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed here. I feel like there would be some fundamental issues with the trip, possibly having to do with things lost in translation. And I'm not just saying that as an homage to the movie that I love, but I see like fundamental, what's the word I'm looking for? Like logistics. Thank you. I'm seeing like logistics just not really coming together, not being cohesive, not coming together the way that they should, and with this Page of Wands reversed, I get the sense this is also like to not go forward, not go forth. This is not the right direction to go forth, and also I feel I'm still getting this message that there would be difficulties in like collaborating logistics, getting logistics to work smoothly, and in a cohesive manner. It wouldn't be all terrible. You would enjoy, the new culture, the different culture. I think you told me that you haven't been to Japan before, and I think it's a culture that you would definitely love, and I think you would enjoy the new environment. But I also feel like there's also an energy of too much to see in too little of a time. Also, I'm taking into account the time difference as well when it comes to a relatively short trip to, either doing a 9-hour or 8-hour time difference. as opposed to, what is it, 16 hours in Japan? I think it's 16-hour difference. I wasn't sure if I should wait for spring for Japan because it would be overwhelming. That's what I think. It's not saying that you wouldn't enjoy it, but I do, with the Seven of Cups reversed and these logistical issues, I think it has to do with that. Like, maybe, like, because honestly, I mean, like, it's like sleep deprivation, jet lag is a form of sleep deprivation, and it can really be torture. It can really be difficult, and if we just miss, one detail or one phone call or something, it can not ruin the whole trip, but yeah, just make things a little more difficult. So I think spring, and I think spring would be so lovely for Japan as well, especially if you went to Osaka, the cherry blossom season. I would love to go in the springtime. For London, this looks like definitely more of a win, for sure. There's a couple of cards that I'm not crazy about, just these two, this Knight of Wands reversed and the Devil reversed. I want a little bit of clarity with this Knight of Wands reversed. Sorry, give me one moment, please. Okay, so yeah, this Knight of Wands reversed. Yeah, I feel like this is this card is a signifier that the asker has worked hard on themselves internally. Now it's time to apply these lessons and move ahead in one's life. So I don't even feel like this Knight of Wands is necessarily a bad card in this context at all. It's like you've been working really, really hard. It's time to let loose, set free, break free from the chains of convention with this Devil reversed card. Yeah, London and Paris. Did you say London and Paris? I think London and Paris for the win, girl. And Paris is always a good idea any time of the year, even when it's flipping cold. It's wonderful and beautiful and harmonious, and it is. The Four of Wands is kind of like the Garden of Eden. It is paradise. It is paradise, harmonious, beautiful paradise. And I see, with this Wheel of Fortune, I see this being a fortunate trip for you. I see it going smoothly, things rolling smoothly along. And you've been to both London and Paris before, so again, it's a couple of things. Again, it's only 8 hours as opposed to 16-hour time difference. You have friends in Paris, exactly, and you wanted to see them, and so there's less of a time difference. Also, you've been to Paris, you've been to London, so you've seen a lot of things already. So whereas with Japan, you'd be fitting in so much into a shorter amount of time. Yeah, this Seven of Wands is like stamina. Like this will, I don't know any, like this will be a nice trip. This will definitely be worth your while, worth your energy, worth your emotional output. I'm definitely team London, Paris. And it's not just because you know how I feel about Paris. We all know how I feel about Paris. I am in love. And no, but this just looks really, really good. And yeah, when I see the Fool reverse, when we're talking about travel, as much as I wanted to go to London that summer, I'm really glad that I went to Amsterdam because I'd never been to Amsterdam. And yeah, for whatever reason, Spirit felt that I needed to see Amsterdam more than London, and for these reasons, Spirit feels that London and Paris would be better in this situation for you. Again, I do think that you should still go to Japan in the springtime. Yes, my dream would be to experience the Christmas markets in London. Oh yeah, those are lovely, huh? Yeah, they have some lovely markets in Paris too. Yeah, and they have really lovely Hanukkah markets. No, I'm just kidding. Do not have Hanukkah markets. But yeah, they're beautiful. Well, and lovely ones in Austria, like in Vienna and Germany. I think Germany is like one of the biggest holiday markets. I think, I don't know where in Germany, but so yeah, London, and Paris for the win, girl. That is what I'm seeing for you, and I love that. I love that. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Well, thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. My friends told me Paris is magical. It is. Yeah. Oh, you haven't been in during the holidays? Yeah, it is super magical. And everyone's out and about, and they serve. They have the best chocolat show at the Ritz Carlton, and they have like, just like chocolat show everywhere on the streets. Yeah, so lovely. Um, yeah, you're so welcome. You are so welcome, love. Thank you. Matt, thank you for your donation, my friend. Did you want a 15 card reading? All right. You got it, Matt. Another OG on Rebecca. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Rebecca's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Matt? Okay, and just give me 1 sec, Matt. I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Hi, Luxbang. Yes, I am. I am still doing readings. If you would like a reading and you make a donation, you will be read for next. Okay, Matt, we have King of Wands reversed, the Empress, Five of Pentacles reversed, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Eight of Cups reversed, Seven of Swords. All right, love, thank you. The Hierophant reversed, Six of Swords reversed, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, the High Priestess, Knight of Cups, Five of Cups, and Six of Cups reversed. Thank you so much for your donation, Toby. Let me go ahead and add you here. All right, Matt. Starting with your general energies, we have this King of Wands reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, and the Three of Cups. This is telling me, I mean, the card that stands out to me the most is this Eight of Cups reversed, quite frankly. This is, Eight of Cups of Bright is knowing that someone or something is bad for you and that it's time to walk away. In its reversed form, it's knowing that someone or something is bad for you, but also, and knowing that you should walk away from them, but you're not doing it. There's something that's still keeping you, and it's something that you feel, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you feel rather powerless over. You feel like you don't have much agency over that with the King of Wands reversed. I know she keeps on popping into your life, not just popping, she's like in your life constantly. She's always watching you and somehow integrating herself into your life, putting herself into your life, but not in a direct way, in some indirect spy way. And we've got the Page of Swords here. Like, she's definitely spying and watching. She's like an energy vampire. She's taking whatever energy she can from you, even if it's from faraway observation, just so long as she can have you in some way in her life. And there's only so much you can do to ignore her. I understand that. But with this Three of Cups, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but with this Three of Cups, I do get the sense that there is something that is I hate to put it this way, but there is something that you are kind of drawn to in this connection, even though you can see that it's not healthy, and not serving either of you. It keeps things interesting. Her general energy, we have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, I believe we've seen this card. We usually see this reversed with her, but this Knight of Swords almost always comes up. You're always on her mind. The thought of you. I mean, I don't know. I think you told me that she does work, but you do preoccupy the majority of her mental space, and she does still hold on to the idea that you guys can have something together. When she's ready, that you'll still be there. But the fact of the matter is, when she's ready has never happened. It's been, 5 years? Because she's allowed to stay in her comfort zone. And so long as she's allowed to stay in her comfort zone, she'll just stay there. She's not going to move. The Six of Cups reversed, she's stuck in the past. She's stuck in what you guys in what you guys initially had, and then she ran away from that. But then she stayed in the shadows, just watching you from afar, and trolling you on different groups. she still is stuck on some potential that the two of you may have had in the past, just thinking that, oh, at some point I'll be ready, at some point I'll be ready. But yeah, the truth of the matter is she's staying in her comfort zone unless someone forcibly pushes her out of it, which could be you, unless, and even then, if you were to say, look, like, I can't entertain this, like, if you want me, you can have me, but if not, you can't get any part of me. Even then, like, she'll still keep watching if she can. I don't think that's going to force her to move her out of her comfort zone. Her thoughts towards you, we have the Empress, the Seven of Swords, and the High Priestess. Yeah, she thinks, I was going to say, and I think you've tried that, this isn't rocket science. Yeah, I believe you've told me that. Yeah, she still thinks that she's stuck on the fact that she feels that she's the one for you and you're the one for her. When she thinks of you, she feels like she's in her divine feminine energies. But we also have this Seven of Swords right underneath. Like, she's not directly telling you any of this. She's not directly communicating any of these feelings with you. She's keeping them all under wraps, all tied behind false names, false identities, like, and everybody else can see it. And she's still going on acting like a fool. But yeah, the High Priestess, she intuitively feels, like I said, I didn't even notice this card. Yeah, the Empress, the High Priestess, she feels in her gut that she's meant to be with you. You're the only one for her. Yet she won't get out of her comfort zone. Her feelings, we have this Five of Pentacles reversed. She won't come in for shelter from the cold. She's not going to accept your true warmth out of fear. Fear is the opposite of love. She may think it's love, it's not love. Love does not operate like this. This is something that's operating from a place of fear. I'd low-key call this obsession. I called her out the other day for what she's doing, and yeah, everyone knows. Yeah, everybody knows it. Like, it's very, I'm sure it's super obvious. And this isn't the first time she's behaved in this kind of a way. But yeah, she's not, she's just very delusional, and to think that it's not delusional for her to think that you guys are good for one another because you like her and she likes you, but that's the thing, is that doesn't mean that you guys are good for one another. That doesn't mean that she's good for you. I don't think she's good for anyone. I don't even think she's good for herself. And it's unfortunate because two people do like one another, but if she can't even get on a plane to come see you, what's the point? We're all adults here. And she's still operating from this place of unconventionality with the Hierophant reverse, doing things her own way. And I think she validates herself in her mind. Like this, just because the way that I see my crush isn't the way that everyone treats the one that they're into, it's perfectly fine. It's my coping mechanism. It's what I have to deal with. It's the way that I deal with my trauma and my past, which is valid. I can hear that, but not at your expense. Not when it's at someone else's expense. If she needs to heal, then she needs to heal on her own. She can't be healing through spying on someone who she's not truly intending on being with. But yeah, she feels like you're her Knight of Cups. Again, the Empress, Knight of Cups, she feels this very, very deeply. Her intentions, we have the Page of Swords, the Six of Swords reversed, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, Page of Swords, the Spy card. She intends on continuing to do exactly what she's doing. She doesn't intend on stopping. And she probably loved the fact that you called her out on it, Matt, because you acknowledged her, you gave her attention. That's what she wants. She wants some kind of attention. She's extracting energy from you. And is she going to stop? No, she's not going to move on. She refuses to move on. She refuses to move forward. The Six of Swords reversed. Is she, and we have this Five of Cups. This is the one card that's a little confusing because Five of Cups is indicative of regret, loss, guilt, and it's with her intentions. So I do think that part of her telling herself, trying to tell herself that her behavior is okay, stems from her knowing deep down inside that it's not. Having some guilt. There is some guilt when it comes to her behavior towards you. She knows that it comes at a cost to you. I think she does. I think she does. I think she is aware of that it does come at a cost to you. But do I think she truly cares? No. And that's what I'm saying is like, and I know you didn't say that this was true love, but this is where she's operating from a place of fear, and fear is the opposite of love. You have to be brave to truly love someone. You have to be vulnerable, which is what she is absolutely like refusing to surrender to. It's very much the same. She's crazy about you in a very literal way. You're on her mind constantly. She's watching you. And yeah, she wants that attention from you. She wants you to notice. She wants you to call her out. Because otherwise, she doesn't hear you ever say her name. It's really just sad. I don't want to say it's pathetic, but it is a little bit for a grown woman. I mean, because it's coming at it's at a cost to another person, and that's selfish. It's yeah. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing there, Matt. She's going to continue doing this unless you make it impossible for her. Yeah, I mostly ignore her. I would just ignore her unless you want to. And I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but she every time you do like talk to her, it like she gets super excited. It feeds her. It feeds this monster in her. This greed. It's greed when you're not considering other people, then that's just very selfish. And I'm not here to judge people, but this is just it's been going on for a long time, and you do deserve peace. And yeah, no, she's just very like every time I read, it's always like the same card. It's like she's like really stuck in this place where she can't see that it's not a matter of when I feel comfortable. It's like she will never feel comfortable unless we don't feel comfortable. Like especially the longer we stay in our comfort zone, the less likely it is that we're going. The only thing that'll get us out of our comfort zones, especially when we've been in it for the longest time, is when we're forced to. And no one's going to force her to. You've tried, but it doesn't work. She just won't. Yeah, no, she's out to lunch. God, if I had a social worker. If I was working with a social worker and I found out that was what they did in their spare time, I'd be like, whoa, okay. It's just so high school, very juvenile. I don't know. It is what it is. Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate you as always, and hope I brought you some clarity there. Toby, thank you for your donation, Toby. Please come to the chat. Thank you. Hello. Please go ahead and post your question, love. Her parents hate that she does it. Oh, her parents know that she does this, Matt? Wait, how do her parents, does she live with her parents? That's wild that her parents know. Or does she tell them? No, she tells them, and she told me they think she's a loser. Well, that's not very nice to say to anybody, especially not your own kid. But if I had a grown kid who was doing that, that would really perturb me. I'd be like, girl, if you don't want a man, don't have a man. But if you do want a man, go for him. Don't play games. Don't waste time. It's just a waste of time. It's silly. It's the kind of thing I wouldn't even have done in high school. Maybe I would have done it in high school. Yeah, I think I did kind of stuff like that in like middle school. So I started talking to this guy online. He lives in San Diego. I'm in Jersey. He wants to fly me out. I just want to make sure and he is worth it for me to do that. Can you check the energies with him and his intentions? Yeah. Did you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Because that'll also give you his general energies. And what's his name and sign? And when did you guys start talking? His name is Landon. He's a Cancer, and I'm a Capricorn. Just a couple weeks so far. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Landon's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? We have death. You can put my looks, by the way. I don't really use the name Toby. Okay. Two of Pentacles reversed. Six of Swords reversed. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. And the Empress. Interesting. Okay. So your general energies towards him, we pulled the Death card. That's telling me that you, correct me if I'm wrong here, I mean, let me know if this resonates, but when I see the Death card for one's general energies towards someone, that's telling me that you see him as possibly being, like this possibly being a very transformative relationship. But with it being the Death card, it could go either way. And I don't mean that just because like every relationship could be that way, but like this could either go really, really bad or really, really good. But it's already like you can tell there's not much of an in-between. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the sense that the two of you have really connected quite a bit over the past couple of weeks. His general energies towards you, we have the Empress card. This is telling me that he feels very strongly towards you. He definitely sees, he likes everything that he has seen of you, heard of you, all the conversations you guys have had so far. He likes a lot, and also sees quite a bit of potential. However, I am concerned with his thoughts, his feelings, and his intentions. Sure, I'll give it a minute or so. You there, girl? So I'm about to drop some heavy stuff that I mean, I this is not some, if I would only say this if I really felt this way. I'm not so sure how single he is. Do I think he genuinely likes you? 100%. That's not what I'm concerned about. What I'm concerned about is his thoughts towards you. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. He's thinking he doesn't know how he's going to be able to fit you into his life. Now, I know there's the distance between the two of you, which is quite a distance. You're on other sides of the country. I live in San Francisco, and I tried dating a guy in New York a couple of years ago, and it was hard. I don't know if you've ever done long distance before, like bi-coastal. It's a lot. You have to have a lot of time, I mean, if I had unlimited time and money and resources, then I could do it. But very few people have unlimited time, money, and resources. It's not just about being able to see the person. It's about being able to get the time off to see the person, them being able to get the time off, and then an equal balance of people seeing each other. But what strikes me here about him possibly not being entirely single or not being completely over someone in it, to the point, I mean, it's one thing to still have some residual feelings about someone from one's past, but being healed enough to move on and date someone new. But I get the sense that he's not quite healed enough from, either he's not quite healed enough from something, or he hasn't fully ended things with someone in his life with this Six of Swords reversed. Six of Swords reversed is like not fully walking. Six of Swords upright is getting in your boat and moving to calmer waters, moving away from someone or something. This is having a difficult time doing that, or not having fully done that. It also, I think, speaks to the distance between the two of you. I know he invited you out to see him, but Six of Swords is also travel and a journey, and unless the two of you decide to move towards one another very soon, or at least at least within, if things do work out between the two of you, that will have to be talked about, at least within, because the most important part of being in a relationship is physically being with one another. Otherwise, you're questioning. You can't help but question where someone is physically and emotionally, especially if it's someone who you just met online, even in person. But it's the distance there that does have that there is some issues, and I think some worries there that he has. His intentions towards you. This is what really I'm not cool with, is this Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is telling me that as much as I do think he really, really likes you, I just don't know how serious he is about having an actual long-distance relationship. Do I think that he genuinely wants you to come out and see him? I do. But do I think that have you guys talked about what you guys are looking for in a relationship? Because if he's telling you that he's looking for something like committed and long term, I mean, that's very hard to establish with distance. It's hard to establish without distance, but it's even harder to establish with distance, oftentimes. Um, and again, it's not denying. It's not telling me that he doesn't like you. I do think that he likes you, but this is also making me feel like, is there someone in his life right now that he hasn't completely ended things with? Um, the energy I'm getting, girl, is someone who has broken up with a long-term partner, but still sees them every once in a while. Like they'll meet up every once in a while. They'll still talk, and I get the sense that if this was someone that he dated for a long time. We haven't talked about what we wanted out of this yet. Also, I did notice the pics he sent me he took in a girl's bathroom. Okay. It's her bathroom. Yeah. Because that was the vision I was legit getting, was someone who lives close by to him. And the fact that, God, it happened to me. I was dating a guy for almost 5 years, and we broke up with each other, but we were neighbors, so we would still see each other every once in a while, you know? And it was really unhealthy because it prevented me from being able to fully move on. So obviously a girl's bathroom, okay, and he's not even trying to hide it. Yeah, that's always like my test too. Whenever I'm dating a new guy, like to figure out if he's really single, like I go through his bathroom, like see if there's any like tampons or like hair products and like girly hair products, any kind of girl, lady stuff. I check for that. Yeah, and you can tell the difference between a girl's bathroom and a guy's bathroom for sure. Yeah. So that is genuinely that was like legit the vision I was getting, was there is still a woman in his life who while I do think they're broken up, they don't act like it. And I do think that he does want to end things with her, but there's also that like comfort of the familiar. And I do think he wants to date other women, hence why you guys are talking. But notice how he's dating someone who's on the other side of the country. That creates like a buffer zone for people who aren't entirely comfortable with like fully like throwing themselves into the dating world. It's not all the time, but it does create, that like you can't see what he's doing, you can't know what he's doing. I mean, which isn't to say that you would know everything that he's doing if he lived closer to you. Well, you'd know more if he lived closer to you. But I kind of get that energy too. Like, he does genuinely want to move on, but I get the sense that they were probably together for a long ass time, and it's the familiarity that he's having a really difficult time completely cutting off with that Six of Swords reverse. Like he cut it off, but he's still there. So yeah, I don't know, love. Did he offer to pay for you to go out there? I mean, because yeah, even if he is broken up with this woman, I just wouldn't want to get involved with like a third party. So is it not worth meeting? Do you think that's what I'm like chewing on right now? Is would this be worth meeting? He offered. Okay, yeah. I mean, a free trip to San Diego is not the worst thing in the world, right, girl? Um, it's so funny. My first long distance relationship was with a guy in San Diego. I met him up here and he lied to me. He told me he's like, oh yeah, I just need to let you know that, like, when we first met, he's like, I just need to let you know though that I am moving back to San Diego in 3 months. I was like, oh okay, and I figured like I can get him to stay in 3 months. 3 months I can nail him down. No, he lied. He was moving in 2 weeks. I was like, you piece of crap. But anyway, we tried to do it long distance. I don't know if you've ever been to San Diego. It's nice. Do I think it would be worth it? Well, it's not, I don't want to see him in person, possibly fall in love, and then never see him again. I'm not good with casual. I was just going to ask that girl. I was just going to ask if you're okay with just having some fun in the sun and a free trip, then I say do it. But there's also this third party that I'm seeing. And what if she finds out and freaks out? What if they're not fully broken up and then you get demonized and you didn't even know what's going on? He didn't tell you clearly. If that third party's in his life, say she's spying on him or something, I don't know. That's possible. I would be afraid of that happening. But and then I would also be afraid of falling for someone and then like never seeing them again, which is possible. He might just be looking for like a one-time thing. If he is still bound to someone else. So unless you guys can hammer out more, because you said that you guys haven't talked about what you guys are looking for in a person, I would talk about that before going out to see him. I mean, I talk about that with people before even like hooking up with someone. Like, I need to know, and half the time they lie, but at least having that and you can usually tell though if they're lying. I feel like I can. But yeah, I would ask him what he's looking for in the connection, in this connection especially, and I would go from there. That's going to be the information that you need, because if he is just looking for something casual, if he is not fully moved on from someone and doesn't intend on fully severing that cord, then I don't think you'd want to be like that third party, pseudo third party, whatever you want to call it, or just a casual person, So yeah, I would ask him. What he's looking for overall, and if it's in line with what you are looking for as well, then I would consider it. But if it's not, no, I wouldn't do a casual thing. Yeah, I have a lot. Yeah, lot to think about, lot to talk about. I would say with him, like, where do you see this? I know we just met, but like, what are you ideally looking for? Yeah. And I think another good question would be to ask, what do you see this trip like facilitating? Like us getting to hang out and have fun, or like, is this so we can actually get to know one another better and but thank you so much, Lux. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. Let me know how things go when you guys do talk again. Yeah, thank you so much. So the donation queue is once again open. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Lux. Yeah, the donation queue is once again open. I will be doing a last call for donations in just a few minutes. So if any of y'all watching out there have a question you'd like me to ask for you, now would be the time. Thank you. All right, all right, all right. So it is that time of night. It is last call for any and all donations. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you tonight, I am here and have my cards, and I would love to read for you. But it is last call. Thank you. Last call tonight, last call for any and all donations. Thank you very much. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. Yada who? All right. Thank you so much. I'll reset the timer for another couple of minutes so you can send that in. Thank you so much, love. Yes, yes. Or, do you want to just give me your first? I can just use your first initial if you want me to do that. I can just use initials if you want to do that too. Thank you very, very much, Yada Who, for your donation, love. All right. So do you mind if I just refer to you by your first initial? And you just want a general reading? You got it. And what is your sign as well? Also, I can always just mute it when I'm incanting, so no one has to hear your name. Because that's not your actual name, we're not gonna get it as accurate of a reading. So I'm gonna turn off my camera and I'm gonna mute it while I'm incanting, so no one will hear it, and I'll refer to you as Yada Who. I won't use your name. So I'm gonna mute. I'll be right back. All right. Fellow Aquarius Club. I'm an Aquarius too, girl. All right, Yahoo. We have, and I asked for Spirit to provide you with any and all messages that you need to hear this time. We have 3 of Wands reversed, 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Swords reversed, and the High Priestess reversed. Okay, so I'm seeing something about work. There's a message about work here. Are you currently employed right now, Yahoo? Because the 8 of Pentacles is like the definition of this card is just like regular, steady, paid work. And then right next to it, we have this beautiful Queen of Pentacles, which is very much the energy I'm picking up from you. Very grounded, especially for an Aquarius. I can say that because I am a fellow one, and I'm an Aquarius Sun, Gemini Moon, Libra Rising, Aquarius Venus, so I'm all air. Got some other placements in my chart, but a lot of air. So being like, I literally have to. I had my legs crossed when you made your donation. I have to literally put both feet on the floor when I start incanting, so that I like literally grounded with the earth. Anyway. You, my friend, are a very grounded Aquarius, and so I'm wondering what your relationship with your current work is, because there's also something with this 3 of Wands reversed and the 6 of Swords reversed. I get the sense that you enjoy your work or whatever you do to make pentacles, but there's something more that you want. Like I feel like it's kind of like the juxtaposition of enjoying one's work, but maybe not enjoying the environment in which one is performing their work or the confinements and structures surrounding that. 3 of Wands reversed is feeling like rushed, feeling like you're kind of like almost running out of time to make a change. Whereas the 6 of Swords is also indicating towards some kind of wanting more from how you gain pentacles, like a deeper sense of satisfaction and like personal self satisfaction from your work. But it's also daunting to, and I don't know how long you've been doing what you do for work, but it's like taking that leap of like changing your journey. Yeah, I'm deciding whether to study. So the word study was covered, and I was just gonna say, I bet, is she deciding to go back to school? Yeah, because we have the High Priestess reversed here. And the High Priestess is the keeper of all knowledge. So, and this was not telling. The High Priestess is also a card of intuition and a card of striking out on one's own, like listening to your gut and going, like not moving in an entirely different direction. But yeah, are you planning on going to school to learn more about what field you're currently working in, or just going back to school in general in a new direction, or deciding when you get there? I'm in full support of whatever you decide here. I'm pro school, pro education, and I think a lot of Aquariuses are. We're nerdy people. We're people of the mind. We're the King of Swords. I don't think I've ever met an Aquarius that wasn't smart, to be honest. New direction, you think? Yeah. And that's, and that's the great thing about school is it gives you that like blank slate to start that new direction, to find that new direction. It gives you that space to do that. Whereas jobs kind of confine us, not kind of, but oftentimes confine us into just one box. Yeah, this is definitely like go forth, girl. like embark on this journey, definitely, yeah, if there's more knowledge that you want to acquire out there, definitely journey forth towards acquiring that. And I think you'll excel as well. I think you'll do very well in school. Um, and I know money is also a factor when it comes to school. Um, not presuming anything about your financial situation, but school is objectively expensive. Um, and depending on whether you're going for undergrad or grad, um, it's always expensive, but there's a lot of funding. There's a lot more funding, I'd say, for undergrad. Um, Quite a bit less for graduate studies, unfortunately, but still absolutely doable and worth it. I think it's almost always worth the investment. I have seen times where people have taken risks educationally and it didn't really provide with at least an immediate return, but it always provides with some return. It's always a good investment, I feel. And Spirit is feeling the same way. That, yeah, you've got this Queen of Pentacles, whatever the financial situation is in regards to possibly going to school, you've 100% got this. And I don't know if you're currently working right now. If you are, it's possible you could still work and go to school, unless you don't want to, unless you just want to focus on school 100%. That's also doable. Sky's the limit here. Sky's the limit, and no need to rush anything. No need to rush anything either, because I want to go back to school myself, and I really feel like pressured to like take knee-jerk reactions like in that direction, when really I need to like gain some more knowledge about, because I want to go to grad school, so I need, and there's a specific program I want to do, and I have to like look into the state like mandates for it and all this stuff, and that's more what I need to do instead of like, because I almost signed up for a summer class this year at City College, but I did not. I might do that next semester though. But yeah, as my therapist says to me, there's no need to rush things in that direction. School will always be there for us. The important part is that we, just get there and get the ball rolling. And yeah, if you haven't decided exactly what direction you're going to go, that's a space that will allow you to explore that. So yeah, this looks wonderful, love. This looks really good. Spirit is definitely in favor of your journey. And you are on the right path. That's another thing, is when I do general readings for folks, I always ask, what does so-and-so need to hear? Provide me with any and all messages that so-and-so needs to hear. And one of those messages that they always answer, I don't know if I've ever done a general reading that didn't provide me with the answer of at least saying like that they're on the right track or they're not. Like, and that's definitely a message of you being on the right track. So, yeah. Well, good luck, love. Good luck. I'm sure you're gonna slay, and no matter what direction you decide to go. And yeah, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. And are you new to the channel? I don't know if I've read for you before. If you are new to the channel, thank you. Well, and welcome. Thank you so much for your subscription. Yeah, wish you all the best. Yes, yeah, you're on the right track. No, I didn't see anything there. And that's always like if you're on the wrong track, that's the first thing they'll always address. At least with me, is if one of my clients is on the wrong track, they'll let them know with a general reading. So yeah, you're definitely on the right track. So whatever direction you're like feeling drawn towards right now, they're saying yes. Like that's the way to go. That Six of Swords reversed is like if you do feel any hesitations towards going in a different direction, like, don't pay heed to those hesitations. Just move forward. You got this. Yeah. And I don't always get to say that. It's not always the answer. Sometimes people are definitely on the wrong track, and I have to tell them, and that's not fun. But thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna do another call. Whoa, another last call for donations this evening. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer for you, now would be the time. I don't know if I will be on tomorrow. I'll do my best to go on tomorrow. I'm going on a little adventure with my mom in the afternoon, morning. Yeah, I should probably be around in the evening to go live. I'll do my best. I'll try. Tuesday I will not be going live. Wednesday I will not be going live. Thursday I will likely not be going live. Friday I will likely not be going live. So it's gonna be, I will not be around much next week. So yeah, if you do have any lingering questions, now would be your time to send in your donation and ask. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very much. And if you have a question and you missed my live stream, you know you can always send your donation in. We can read it privately over Instagram DMs or typed over email. Last call for donations. Thank you. Last call for donations. Thank you very much. Last call for all donations. Thank you. All right, looks like everyone's happy and taken care of. Thank you all so very much, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.